Um, Perfect way to start my video, right? I remember vividly because in 2011 I was about 18, 19, and I was really, really hungry for hip hop. It was my favorite thing to do in the world. I just love to write lyrics, listen to Tupac, and find beats on SoundCloud, right? And download free beats that I would find. I would scour the entire internet and I would only download beats that were made by DJs that didn't like make you pay for this shit. I was just into dudes that just wanted to be famous. Like, cause I was on that same energy. I was like, dude, I don't give a fuck about money right now. Yeah, I know this is about getting my word out there first. You don't talk money when you have nothing. You don't talk money when you have no material. And in 2011, I just didn't have a lot of material. Period. I didn't even record Make Change until 2012, and I didn't even have Pro Tools microphone in before 2012. So 2010, 11, 9, didn't have any of that shit. I was working with like in my early shit in like 2009. I was working with like a little tiny like stick microphone actually like stick to walls and like the desk and shit. And I had no headphones. If I did have headphones, they were like separate from the mic. I was just jimmy rigging all this shit together because it was early. I mean, like, I didn't really know a whole lot of shit. If I wanted to really record something, I had to go to his friend's house. And I really learned a lot from this dude named Daniel Ventura. He was my neighbor's cousin, and he was a producer. He was like a DJ, tall dude, like every time I think about Daniel Ventura, I think about Dr. Dre. Because this dude was like a tall Spanish cat and he was big. But this man could really produce some music. Like, he was into hip hop. He was the first producer I ever met that was like hungry for this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I remember like one of the first things we recorded, one of them was a Pistol Pistol remix from D12. And the other one was like a corn beat. It was like a Hey Daddy corn song that I like turned into rap. And even back then I was like mashing up music. Right? And so he kind of got me in to the Magic's Music Makers of the world and the Acid Pro, amongst other things. And then I met my man's I think the entire time I knew Carl. I think I knew Carl throughout that time. Because I met Carl in like 2007. Met a lot of people on Xbox Live too. Now, in this day and age, you have to utilize the internet to get anything done. Right? So I would use the internet to talk to Carl, like my technician that kind of taught me he taught me the concept of downloading music software and being able to implement that into creating and producing your own music. In the outside looking in, creating a song seems like a million miles away. You know what I mean? Like, if you've never recorded a song before, that shit is just like, you can't even fathom it. You cannot even fathom it. It's like creating a video game, right? You don't even know. You just don't know the tools. However, it turned out to be pretty easy. It turns out that I was really good at it, right? And Carl encouraged me. He encouraged me to keep going with it. Daniel Ventura, he gave me a CD, told me to go home and listen to it and see if I like it and write to it and all this stuff. And I just started, that's where the Tupac stuff came out. Just sitting at home, probably blasting some Exhibit, some Big L. I was really into Exhibit. What was the CD called? 40 Days and 40 Nights, right. Exhibit 40 Days and 40 Nights. I really was into that CD. And I was into Big L first CD. Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. And I would just sit there and listen to Tupac and all those dudes. And that's where the Tupac Young Black Male remix came from. I called it Young Crackerjack. And I totally rewrote the song with my own lyrics as if I was Tupac, but in my point of view. And I also redid, what up, Mikey? Mikey. Hey! I'm just talking about like pre-2009, 2007 hip-hop. Right before Yellow Wolf came out. Back in the day, man, it seems like a million years ago, but it really was like yesterday. It was about when Obama got elected. We didn't have like a whole lot of social media. We had like ways of recording stuff, but it wasn't as accessible. So I was just talking about how I use the internet to sort of propel my music and getting production done, and I would hit up other artists, and they would send me like vocal clips, and I would download it and put it onto my music software and send it back to them, bounce the record back and download it, upload it, send it back to them. And it was like I was becoming the producer. I was taking over where Daniel Ventura and Carl had let me off. So they taught me the concept, and then I just started making my own shit. It's kind of like when Eminem met Dre. Once he met Dre, he started recording his own shit, producing his own music. You know, he was off and running. And that's what I did. When you have a passion for music, you don't let anybody limit you. You go for it, no matter what it takes. That's why I make so many of these videos, because like when you see 10, 20, 30 views each video, that shit adds up. And that's like, you know, little by little you start building up. That was the same concept of my music. Saturation effect. Just saturate the market. Hope that something sticks. And I haven't done a lot of recording lately for like the last 5 or 6 years. However, all right, back to the subject. So, where's that? You couldn't love me? Are you saying you love me? You guys. I might be the first rapper who accepts gay and lesbian people as they are. Because nobody accepts gay and lesbian people. And I believe that they should. Because one day, a gay man's going to save your life. And you're going to look at it and think, man, I don't give a fuck about your sexual orientation. I'm just glad you saved my life. And you're going to love that person. I thought about that when I was watching a Freddie Mercury documentary. It was actually a Queen documentary. And Queen is one of my favorite bands. Queen is what propelled me into music, really. Queen and like Guns N' Roses, Greatest Hits. I would buy the Greatest Hits record because my dad would tell me. He would make this suggestion. And I figured because my dad was born in the 60s, you know, he can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with something that my dad sort of says I should listen to. Because he was also a roadie for like Duran Duran. I think he went to like, he helped set up some MTV Music Award party or something. Well, Freddie Mercury died today. So it's okay to talk about gay stuff if you want to. I'm not saying you have to. But he actually died today, so it's relevant. And yeah, I mean, so I do these live streams. First of all, there's just not enough room on my phone to ever record 100 videos and be able to sit there, pick at them, take this out, take that out. Oh my God, my phone would have been full a long time ago. Most older people aren't into gay stuff, and I understand. People in the 90s and beyond, it's kind of, it was kind of like, it was like a subliminal thing to talk about it because of the AIDS shit coming out. It's kind of like doing stuff against the coronavirus. I'm gonna go out without a mask. I'm gonna walk around sick people without a mask and show y'all I don't give a fuck. That's kind of like some of the innuendo gay jokes back in the 90s, like people dressing in drag even though they're straight. It's like innuendos. But anyway, I'm obsessed with musical, just like documentaries, and I watch music interviews every single day. I just can't get enough music interviews. I study artists every single day. I just got done watching Kurt Cobain. Not my favorite, but because I was into drugs too, I started watching it. I'm really into Queen and like Eminem, Tupac, those guys, some of the staples. Yeah, I can't live without Tupac. It's hard to imagine life without that man in hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I have no cigarettes and this really sucks. I'm so broke. I can't even afford to buy my mother anything. I can't even afford groceries. I can't even afford gas for my car. I have $2 in my pocket. It's really pathetic. My dad passed away. He had cancer, stage 4 cancer. In 2018, within 2 years, he was gone. He had so many dreams and aspirations for me. Like, all he did was tell me how he loved me so much and just, like, obsessed over my well-being and what I'm gonna do when he's gone. Because he knows he raised me to be a spoiled brat. But it was mostly because I had epilepsy and I was a foster kid in the 90s. I got taken from my parents because they were on drugs. And my life just went into a whirlwind of chaos. I tell people, hey, man, my life's a lot like Eminem. I'm not sitting here lying to you. I tell them, man, my life's just like Tupac, man. I'm not lying to you. And they don't believe me. Like, they think I'm just using it to become a rapper and have people accept me in the rap world. If people saw the misery that I have on a regular basis, they'd be like, please, get this man on tour, give him a band, do something, but we need to make sure this dude becomes famous. Because people like, I don't know if you ever seen like Machine Gun Kelly, or like Yellow Wolf, Like, I understand they may have, like, bad lives and stuff like that. But they made it. They got signed, okay? It's not my fault that they didn't use that time to their advantage. You've been signed, okay? So what do you have, like, one hit? Tops? Does MGK have any hits other than an Eminem diss? I mean, let's face it. MGK would be nobody if he didn't talk shit about Eminem. You know? I could talk shit till I'm blue in the face about Eminem. Nobody would even fucking give me the time and day. So I don't like to let my videos run on past 15. Let me make a new one there. Yellow Wolf, you stink. No, MGK stinks worse. MGK definitely stinks worse.